Hi, and welcome to day 12 of our 21-day challenge. Today is going to be a very, very interesting day. But first of all, I just want to say thank you. I want to welcome everybody who joined in yesterday. Yesterday was absolutely phenomenal. So it was the day when we launched the triple formation, and the way this meditation just took things like a storm. It is absolutely incredible, and it was beyond me what happened. So I'm just grateful that the divine chose to allow this meditation to emerge through me and through so many others on this planet. Yesterday was a very, very special portal that has opened up, and it continues to be open. So please continue meditating. If some of you have just joined in today and you missed it, you'll see the link up there in the top right corner. Just go to that particular session and meditate. It's a beautiful process, and it is something that I've been guided to share with each one of you. So you can continue with the meditation every day. You don't have to do it only on 4th of April. It was meant to be the beginning of this beautiful portal opening up, where it will open up the totality of possibilities. It will open up your connection to your own core energy. And so many people who experience this meditation wrote in saying that I experienced my core connection so beautifully, so closely, that it felt really beautiful. So imagine living in that zone. We could actually be doing that. The more connected we are within, the better we understand life and work with life. The more we realize that life is for us. Everything is for us. So, hi, I welcome you once again. My name is Vidisha Kaushal, and I am your coach and catalyst on this beautiful journey. I help you to create a conscious life. So, today, what are we going to do? This particular topic has come as a request, and so I decided to move away what was planned according to the calendar that I had drawn up, and I decided to insert this right here. So today's session and tomorrow's session are going to be interconnected, and I realized that this session is needed today and not later on, so which is why we are doing it today. Any guesses what we are going to do? We are actually going to create freedom. Freedom during the times of quarantine, right? Now that sounds contradictory, because in your mind you're thinking quarantine is all about restriction, it's all about being suffocated, it's all about being indoors and being under lockdowns and whatnot, depending on which country you're in. And here I'm talking about freedom during quarantine. So I think it is so essential that we touch upon this today, but we are going to do this like a game. We're going to play a game of five senses, and that's how we're going to play this game of freedom from quarantine. Does that sound interesting to you? If it does, I want to hear from you in the comments saying, yes, I'm game. The more you participate, and that's what it is about games, right? It's not about standing and watching. You must have tried doing that as a child sometimes, thinking, I'm not going to be good at this game, so I'm just going to stand and watch. And did you really have fun? No. Did you even think of what this game brought to you? Not at all. So, all the gifts only open up when you play. So, the play starts from now. All right. So, if you're game, you put that down in the comments saying, I am game. And that's how we get started. So, what we're going to do is we're going to understand a couple of things, and then there is a simple exercise you're going to do. So first things first, what is everybody thinking about these days, right? When I say the word quarantine, or I talk about today's times, I constantly hear the words lockdown, social isolation, I hear social distancing. And I think it is so important that we clear all this out once and for all. First of all, whatever we are doing today, it need not be social distancing. It could be physical distancing. It is an opportunity to start connecting perhaps at a more subtle level, where you don't have to be physically present with people. Our technology has been becoming more and more subtle. Think about it. Used to have phones. If some of you are from that generation, you actually had wired phones. And then came a time where these cordless phones came up, and we all said, wow, this is amazing. You can actually have cordless phones and you can make a call with that. Do you remember that? So from there, things became even more subtle. We started talking about cell phones, wherein you couldn't even see the phone in any corner of the home. You could carry it anywhere in the world. And then things got more and more subtle. We started talking about networks in a subtler way. So imagine that physical isolation is actually an opportunity to get subtler, to perhaps connect even deeper, right? That's one option I present to you. I'm not going to force it down upon you, but let's correct the term at least. It's not social isolation. It is not social distancing. It doesn't have to be. People from all over the world have shown this to us. Second thing is that we are talking about it as a force down, right? And let's understand how the law of attraction operates. Wherever my attention goes, energy flows there. Energy flows where attention goes, they say, right? So if my attention is constantly going on, oh, I'm restricted, oh, it is locked down, oh, I'm not allowed to do this, this is what I am doing, I have to do, right? Now, through this language, I am literally representing my internal energy, which is of something is being forced down upon me. And if this is how I'm feeling and I'm talking and I'm thinking, then clearly this is where my energy is flowing. So while energy flows there, do you know what happens? We manifest more of that. If I'm constantly thinking about lockdown, if I'm constantly thinking about what death figures look like, if I'm constantly thinking about what is wrong with which community in the world and how are they behaving, then that is what I'm contributing energy to. I am literally feeding energy to the creation of it, to more creation of it, to the co-creation of it. So do you really want that? Is that the reality that you want to manifest? If it isn't, and again, you have a choice here. If you choose that that's the reality you want, then this is the wrong space for you to be in. This space is for people who are consciously going to stand in their consciousness and say, I am going to choose my own reality. I am going to create what I want and not what I don't want. Okay. So, first things first, our energy, our attention needs to start going to the right things. If we are focused on what we don't want, which is what majority of us are focusing on, I am constantly getting questions from people saying, we don't want to be in quarantine, when will this end, when will this pandemic end, when will this epidemic end in the world, why is it happening, why is it happening to good people, and questions like that, right? Which means all day long, we're suffering from anxiety, we're suffering from stress, we are locked in fear, and that is what you're manifesting. And guess how it's going to show up? It's going to show up as issues in your body. So if you're experiencing palpitations, high blood pressure issues, erratic heart rate, things which are connected to your blood flow, right? If you're experiencing issues with that, then clearly stress is taking a toll on you. If you're experiencing the reverse also, that means you're already feeling defeated. So either way, you're getting affected by what is being bombarded into you, right? It's being bombarded because that's the input that's going into you. And if that's the quality of input, then how can the output be any different? The output is also going to be of fear. It's also going to be of suffocation. It's also going to be of similar energy. So that's a choice that you got to make. Okay. Now, if we're saying that we want to make a different choice, who's preparing us for this different choice? Nobody. Nobody at home consciousness that we are in. I decided I'm going to break this toxic chain right here, right now. And I'm going to co-create this reality with you, which you want and not what you don't want, right? Now, if I give you 2 minutes to talk about what you don't want, trust me, you'll come up with a list of 100 things, right? And that's because the mind has been so well exercised in creating that kind of thought, in creating that quality of thoughts, and everybody adds to it. You think about it, then you switch on the news, and the news is creating so much panic. And then you speak to somebody, and their fear is projected onto you. So the whole thing is snowballing. Do you understand? And the response ability, the ability to respond lies with you. You're the only one who can break this chain. I can catalyze this for you. I can be your change agent, but I cannot change it for you because you make that option. You choose this, right? So if you're ready to change this frequency once and for all, which is why I've decided to pick this topic now and change my entire calendar for these 21 days, because I thought this topic needs to be dealt with today. If you're ready, put that down in the comments. Write, I am ready. And if you're not putting this down, then that's the intention you're putting in the universe, that I'm still uncertain. I'm still not sure. Keep sending me panic. Keep sending me anxiety. This comment is your commitment where you're saying, I am ready. So for everybody, put your commitment down, right? So type that down in the comments. We'll work on creating a new reality today. We'll work on literally sowing the seeds of a new reality, not only sowing it, but making sure everything is fine, the soil is fine, and that we are going to nourish it. So today's session is all are going to be about sowing the seed, and tomorrow's session is going to be about actually helping it grow. I'll talk about what we are going to do tomorrow later as we end today's process. But if you've not done today's process, you cannot move to tomorrow. Let's get that right. All right, so take a piece of paper or a notebook. If you don't have one, go grab one, put this video on hold, pause it, and go and grab a paper and a pen. You cannot work without it. Now, what you're going to do is, this is a very, very beautiful exercise. Trust me, you're going to feel the shift in your frequency as you do this. So do it with the playfulness of a child. Do it with your energy and your enthusiasm, and not like, oh, okay, another manifestation exercise. Don't attempt it like that. This is a game, remember. So you're going to play a game like we play a game. Playfully, not grumpily, not warily, not guarded. There's nobody you need to protect yourself against. So let's go into it with like full playfulness and childlike spirit, childlike energy, because that's when you will receive. And that's when pure vibration comes in. So if you've got yourself a piece of paper and a pen, here's what you're going to write down. I want you to imagine that there is a genie, this genie, in front of you who is going to grant your wishes in this game. Okay, so when a genie is going to grant you wishes, are you going to bring back previous experiences? Like, oh, I didn't get a girlfriend earlier, so maybe I won't get one today also. You're not going to do that, right? Because this is genie. Genie can give you whatever you want, so don't keep any limitations. Don't keep the past in mind. Don't keep things that others tell you in mind, okay? Create from a fresh, childlike space. So here's what you're going to create. You're going to spend some time, pause this video and spend some time imagining what you would want life to look like, right? If things were back to what you want to be normal. Okay? Whatever you want the normal state of the world to be, what you want your life to be like, you create a detailed description of that on this piece of paper. How are you going to do it? Let me explain that to you, because remember, we are playing a game. So in this game, you're going to write down what this reality looks like in your imagination, in your mind. If you could imagine, like when you're about to draw, your teacher tells you, imagine the hills. So you imagine the hills, don't you? Similarly, here, you're going to imagine with all your five senses being involved. Okay? So if you're giving any idea of a reality, what does this look like? What does this smell like if there is a smell involved? What does this sound like if there is a sound involved? Or what does this feel like, right? So all your five senses, what can you hear? What can you taste? So for example, if my idea of a normal life after quarantine is over, right? If I was free, if I had the choice to create whatever I want to, then I might want to add a detail like, oh, I am going for a run, and I'm going for a run in my favorite garden, right? So when I see, when I picture it, I picture myself in the garden. I picture those lush green trees, and I feel the breeze on my face, and I can smell the freshly cut grass, and I can smell the pine trees. I can literally feel that whiff in the air, right? Now, see how this moment comes alive in your mind, because I've used all five senses. So, this is a game of five senses. So, list down what your normal looks like, what your amazing reality looks like, but you use all your five senses. Let me give you more examples. So, in this free reality, I am standing with my child and I am eating the most amazing burgers and pizzas or pani puri or whatever you want. And you just feel the taste of it, and you can smell the aroma of it. And you're standing, you can see other people, you meet a friend, you're hugging that friend, you are in this connection that you're feeling beautiful. Maybe you're back in your hometown if you're not there right now, and you're there, you're under the trees, you're meeting your family, you're hugging everybody. If travel is something that you love doing, then see yourself traveling in luxury. See yourself traveling to the best destinations that you want to travel to, and how you're being welcomed, and there's a garland being put for you, and you're being welcomed to this beautiful beach resort where you want to be. So you bring this vision to reality. You're not just going to write one small little, oh, I am going for a holiday. That doesn't make it powerful, and most importantly, it doesn't create emotions within you. So the secret of manifestation is that you got to kickstart emotions, right? If you're not able to kickstart emotions, then you're not going to manifest, because that's not where your energy is flowing. When you create panic, you create it with full feelings, right? Now when we're talking about creating a different life, don't be stingy with the emotions. Now, here are some rules to take care of, because you'll need some time to do this exercise. Give yourself at least half an hour, 20 minutes to do this exercise, and get as detailed as possible. What will you and your family do? What will you do for your health? What will your home look like? Will it be buzzing with friends? What will your travel plans look like? Business. So think about all aspects of your life. Think about your work, your personal life, your travel, your lifestyle, you having fun, your social life, all of it. Food, especially think about food. Food is a great way to evoke emotions for most people. And if you're traveling and you're at a beach destination, really hear the sound of the waves. The sea must come alive. You can feel the salty air. I can literally feel the salty air. I can literally taste the salt, because that's how real it is for me. And you can get into that zone too. Now, when you do this, be careful about three things. One is, every word needs to be carefully chosen. So, no negative words, no words like stress free, no words like any name of any disease, any words like quarantine, pandemic, blah, blah, blah. None of these words. So, use your imagination, do a little bit of research, or put it down in the comments. If you're struggling with finding a right word, I'll help you out with it. Okay, so if you see yourself fit and trekking and going for camping, then put that down. And you're seeing the stars at night as you lie down under the sky. Isn't this beautiful, this frequency? Second thing is, they got to be powerful words. Don't use words which are drab, which have no emotional kickstart. Remember, you got to kickstart emotions. So words like powerful, words like amazing, words like wonderful, tangy, citrusy, bring it alive with all your five senses, and use words that describe things beautifully. Lastly, needs to be all in present tense, because if you bring that, if you take your energy and plant it in present tense, then that becomes your present moment. So everything in present, not in future, not in past, present. Okay, I am doing this, I am enjoying this. So there are some beautiful benefits of doing this. Number one, your frequency will shift. You're no longer in worry, anxiety, panic, all of that. You're actually in this world where you're already enjoying the reality that you're inviting into your life, right? Second thing is that you will be able to create more of this as you put beautiful vibrations out in the universe. Even now, while you're staying at home, your reality can change. You can be free while there are external boundaries drawn. You can be free internally. Try it. I promise you it works. And the third benefit of this really is that you start shifting, you start preparing for the new reality. And unless you're prepared, it's not going to work out. So, big question is, what are you preparing for? Are you preparing for panic, anxiety, and all this physical issues and all the mental issues and everything? Or are you preparing for your gorgeous, beautiful, amazing life? Whatever you're preparing for, it's going to show up. It's as simple as that. So decide wisely how you're going to use your energy. In the next session, we're actually going to go through a beautiful visualization process where you will bring all this even more alive. It will get activated and you can repeat it every single day. That is how you're going to get free. You're going to make yourself free from this quarantine thinking. You're going to attain freedom while being in the four walls of your house. How beautiful would that be? That's the kind of freedom that Nelson Mandela enjoyed. And that's the kind of freedom great people have always dipped into, even though they've been imprisoned sometimes. Think about it. So that's what we want to do. I will see you tomorrow. Let me repeat, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that. We have some amazing things happening here. Hit the bell icon to all options, otherwise you're not going to get my notifications. And spread the word, spread this generously. Let this be your act of service. These vibrations must ripple into the universe. And make sure you meditate. Check out the previous video now, because there's beautiful meditation we all want to do. And I send you loads of love. I will see you tomorrow. Don't miss tomorrow's session. Take care of yourself. Bye.